Hello, my name is Ricky. I'm a global support engineer on the platform team. Today we're going to take a look at the support live image, and I'm going to walk through how to establish network communication. On this server, I have two network ports connected. One to the switch in the lab, which has internet access, and another directly connected to another server. As you can see here, EM1 is automatically connected. Support Live Image is designed to use DHCP automatically on boot. The other connection, EM3, currently is connecting. I have physically connected the two servers together, but I still need to configure them to be able to communicate. Let's take a quick look at EM1 settings to get familiar with the GUI. When you click on the settings, as you can see, it will show you all of the available ports that you can configure. Looking at EM1, you can see via DHCP, it has already established an IP address. It has its gateway, known as the default route, and it also shows you the DNS servers. Looking at the other ports, you can see that they are not connected. Not only will the icon next to the port be indicative of this, if you click on them, it will say cable unplugged. Let's go ahead and take a look at EM3. As you can see, it is currently connecting. It has not been able to establish an actual connection to what it is connected to, which is the other server. We can click on the settings icon to take a deeper look. Here we can look at the different settings available. We'll go to the IPv4, and we can see it is established to use DHCP. We're going to change that to manual, otherwise known as a static IP address. I will input an IP address of 192.168.1.1. A net mask of 255.255.255.0. This is known in CIDR notation as /24. The 255.255.255 is called a 4-octet format, otherwise known as /24. We do not actually need a gateway because we will not be communicating outside of this network being the two servers we have connected. But we need to input something so that we can apply the settings. And I will input an IP address to match the other. 192.168.1.2, same subnet mask, and the gateway I will make the same, even though it really is not relevant. Going back to the first server, let's do a communication test. I will go to the top left and click on the menu and open up the terminal. Let's do a basic ping test. I will ping the other IP address. As you can see, I am now getting a response. The two servers are now communicating effectively. The GUI also now shows that EM3 is connected rather than hanging at connecting. I'm going to revert the settings back so that we can perform the same steps but in the terminal. This will be useful for agents and customers who are more accustomed to the terminal, but also for other Linux distributions where the GUI may not match exactly. I will clear the terminal, and then we will start off with the basic IP command, IP space ADDR. This will show you the available network devices. As you can see, EM1 has an IP address. Remember, this is the port that is connected to my lab infrastructure, getting an IP address from DHCP. EM3 looks as though it has a link, but it does not have any IP information as compared to EM1. Unless you are the root user, remember to always put sudo, sudo, at the beginning of the command to make any changes. The command to do this is going to be IP space ADDR space add space the IP address, in this example 192.168.1.1, /24, which is the number to indicate the subnet mask of 255.255.255.0, space dev for device, space EM3, the device in question. We will go ahead and hit enter to apply. We'll run IP space ADDR to double check and make sure EM3 has the IP address we set. And now we will run our ping test to see if we can communicate with the other server. And as you can see, the other server is responding and we have established communication. There are a couple of points I want to make clear as we conclude this video. The IP addresses that we chose to statically assign to the two servers were essentially arbitrary. We were in line with common and best practices and stuck with private IP addresses in the typical 192.168 scheme. When statically assigning an IP address to a lab infrastructure, the owner of that infrastructure needs to know the IP address and subnet mask and gateway that should be assigned. This is not something a Dell representative can know unless they are already familiar with that network. Fully understanding subnetting as it relates to networking is an entirely different class. A link to a public website that will convert the typical 4-octet subnet mask address to the CIDR notation will be provided in the description. Be on the lookout for other videos for the Support Live image, and until then, thank you for choosing Dell. Have a wonderful day.